You are joining me for another post-bedtime errand run. My brother the other day or a week or two ago, I don't even know, my brother gave me this little Tractor Supply Co. gift card. He didn't think that he would use it, and he knows that I am working on my garden and stuff, so he gifted it to me, which is very nice of him. And then I saw today that they are doing a sale. They've got bags of soil for $1 and plants for $2. So I am gonna go get myself some garden stuff. So let's go in. Honestly, I was a little bit disappointed with that. They didn't really have much of a selection. The soil was all gone. I mean, it's the first day of the sale, so I thought that maybe there would be a few bags, but nothing. So, I did get some plants. I did end up grabbing 2 bags of soil. They're just much more expensive than $1, but that's fine. So I got some soil to plant my flowers in. And I got 3 bell pepper plants, some basil, some cucumbers. They did not have any strawberries, so I'm gonna have to go to another garden center for that. They're not that expensive. Like, it'll be, I don't know, $5 to $10 for strawberry plants, but honestly, I can't complain having gotten all of those things for free. So let's head home, and I think I'm going to plant things tomorrow. The sun is going down, but it is the perfect time for me to be planting my garden. It's a nice cool evening. Tomorrow it's going to be rainy and not quite as hot as it has been, so I want to get my plants on the ground while I can. So I'm going to bring you along as I start my garden. So I have quite the variety of plants here. I'm just going to walk you through them before I get them in the ground. We're going to do it super quick because the light is disappearing. But on this tray, this is my dying tray, I have a bunch of herbs. I have another sun sugar tomato plant. I have a pumpkin plant with some new growth, which I'm excited about. And let's see. Oh, this is the sun sugar. This is sun gold. Okay, they're both basically the same thing. Some little yellow cherry tomatoes, which will be fun. I actually don't know what this one is, so I don't know where I'm gonna plant that, but we will figure it out. This one is it just says herb. that's my good friend Herb. I have 3 early girl tomatoes here. They're gonna be producing very quickly. And then I have bell peppers, basil, another tomato plant, cucumbers, and I think that's everything here. Some flowers, but those are gonna go to my porch. So let's get them in the ground. All right, we're starting with tomatoes. So I did ask AI how I should arrange this garden for it to be the most filled with food and still easy to take care of as far as like weeding and stuff. So this section over here that you just watched me plant all my tomatoes, I'm going to add my cucumbers to that side too. This is my deep soak area, as AI calls it. So I'm going to water those the most, I guess. And we're going to hope that AI knows what it's talking about. But it is getting very dark. I will give you a garden tour next time the weather permits. That might be tomorrow, it might be the next day, but I'll see you in the garden tour. Hi. It has been a while since I've talked to you. You can hear it in my voice. We have been sick. I couldn't even tell you for how long. Months at this point. We had the flu. I talked about that in my last video a little bit. We got like a week's break from that spell of sickness, and then this one has been going on for
like 3 weeks now. So we have just been having a very chilled out, down for the count kind of summer so far. I'm hoping that we're on the tail end of this, but it feels like my symptoms are getting worse instead of better, so who knows, we might just be starting a new one. But I wanted to pick up this video anyway. I feel okay right now. My voice sounds weird, but I feel fine enough, so I wanted to get back into filming videos and talking to you, so here I am. Last I filmed, you were with me the night that I planted my garden, and with all of these sicknesses going on and on and on, we have neglected the garden. So it's probably not doing nearly as well as it could have been had I been really taking care of it, coming out and weeding and taking care of the bugs and watering every single day or however often you're supposed to. But I did not do any of that. It was very touch and go there for a minute whether the garden was gonna die or not, but it survived. I've gotten back on a good watering schedule. I've taken care of the pests and it's doing okay. So I'm hopeful that we will have a garden full of vegetables this summer. The flowers did all die. I did plant a little patch of flower seeds and then all the little flower sprouts, and yeah, none of them have survived this brutal beginning of the summer. I mean, the heat and me not watering them as often as I should have, and the bugs and the weeds. I mean, who could expect them to survive? But the vegetables are doing fine, and I did promise to give you a garden tour, and though it is weeks and weeks and weeks later, we're gonna do that right now. So, forgive the mess. I forgot that I didn't even tell you that part of this garden saga. Right after I'd planted my garden, I was talking to ChatGPT about what I should be doing to help my garden. The soil this year is not great. It's been very hot and dry already, and things were just not thriving right from the start. So I was talking to ChatGPT about what I could do. It said that mulching would be a really helpful thing, and I am just not in a place that I can afford mulch right now. It did mention that we could use grass clippings, and I would have loved to do that, but we have like a lawn care service that comes and takes care of the lawn around here, and I just never can catch them. I don't think they don't like leave the grass out, so I can't rake it up or anything. They like take it with them, and I never catch them, so I've not been able to get the grass clippings. So the next cheapest option was to get some straw from the farm animal feed store. And so I did that, had my husband get it. He put it in our van, he brought it home. I went out that evening and laid it all out. And I am super allergic to straw, it turns out. So I had the worst allergies for like a week and a half, 2 weeks, on top of being sick, I guess. Maybe it's what triggered the sickness, I don't know. But I had a garden full of straw. My garden was happy because of that, but I was dying and I could not come out and water my garden. My husband had to come out and do it for me. So I put my straw on the Buy Nothing page, said, please come and get some straw from me. And that's what people did. So now my garden is mostly straw free, but there's definitely still straw here. So yeah, that's what that is. Let's get back to the tour. So this first row here goes all the way back to that corner. These are all my tomato plants. These are my sun sugar right here, and you can already see that there are some orange and yellow and green tomatoes growing on there. They will turn orange when they're ready, and those are my very favorite tomatoes. So I've got 2 of the sun gold or sun sugar. I've got a cherry tomato plant here. Then I have 3 early girl tomato plants. I think I need to cage them because they're all tipping over. They all have these giant tomatoes on them already, and they're such small plants that they are not handling it the best. So I need to put a cage or a pole or something and help support them a little bit because they're getting to be sad. But those are my tomatoes, and then I have 1 extra large beefsteak tomato plant. He's been my saddest of them all, so I'm hoping that this one survives, but we will see. Over here, these are my cucumber plants. Oh my gosh, I forgot to water this guy. He's basically dead, but we're gonna water him really quick. I have been fighting my biggest battle here, as you can tell, all the leaves look very sad. I had basically the largest earwig and potato bug infestation you could possibly have. And I was down for the count, so I was not out here picking bugs off of my plants every night, and so these ones really took a beating. But I got some Sligo Plus. That was what the gardening group suggested. Sprinkled that around, and my plants have started thriving just in the past couple days since doing that. So that was a win. And I will hopefully have cucumbers now because of it. Then these three are some zucchini and some squash plants. They are also not thriving. This one's doing pretty well. These two back here definitely got some of that bug activity too, but they are maybe thinking about coming back around. Right here's what I'm really excited about. These are honeydew melon plants. I probably planted them too close, but whatever. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. They also just got demolished by the bugs, but there's new leaves coming in and they all look happy, so I think it's gonna come back to life. Over here I have 4 pepper plants, and I'm not positive which ones are which. I know I have a red, an orange, and a green bell pepper plant, and then I have a mini bell pepper plant, and I'm not sure if it's this one or this one. I know I put it on an end, but I cannot remember which end it was. This one I do have one little green bell pepper growing, so I kind of think this is my green bell pepper plant, and the one over there is my mini sweet pepper plant, but I'm not sure. I guess we'll just see as the summer progresses. And then these here are my strawberry plants. This one has been here for a year. I saw one little strawberry growing on it, but it disappeared, so we've not gotten anything from it yet. It was over here somewhere. But yeah, it's long gone. The bugs probably got it. And then these are my 2 new ones that I just got, and they do have some flowers, so I'm hopeful that they will also do okay. But yeah, that's the garden for now. I'm not gonna add anything more to it because my goodness, we have had a rough go of it this summer already, but it's starting to come back to life, and I'm hopeful that we will get at least some produce from it this summer. I did get a shade cloth to put over the garden since I couldn't do mulch. It was a pretty inexpensive way to do it, and I do need to put that back up. It's just that I have my little fence here, you can see, and it's only 3 feet tall, so when I put the shade cloth on, I can't water my garden, so then I have to take it off and it gets stuck on the fence and it rips. So I need to get some poles to like raise it up, and I've yet to do that because who wants to spend their money on poles? But yeah, that's the garden update. I am going to finish watering that one plant, and then I'm going to go watch Survivor with my husband, so I will catch you again. You're joining me for another evening in the garden. It has not been that long, and my garden seems to be flourishing, so let me just show you where we're at today. My tomato plants have added a few inches to each one. I have to come put some trellises on these because they are dying with these tomatoes. They're going to be huge. But really, these, I've just been moving them around, but my cucumber plants, I believe these are cucumbers, this one's huge. I feel like it was not that big. I knocked him over the other way because I found a bunch of squash bugs and potato bugs and earwigs again. So I think I might have to put some more Sligo out, but for now, big flowers even coming in. So we're gonna get some vegetables here soon. And then this guy, either a squash or a zucchini, I'm not sure, is like 3 times bigger than he was 2 days yesterday. These are doing well over here, my honeydew melons. So I feel like everything is like gonna grow, which is amazing because it was, I don't know, I almost gave up on this garden. It just seemed like it was not gonna be worth it. So I'm very excited about the new growth I've got going, and I'm going to grab some tomato cages right now and add these to my tomatoes. When I was cleaning out my garden, the end of last summer, early fall, as a very pregnant woman. I just like threw all my tomato cages back here in this weed pile, basically, thinking I would clean them up later. Well, later is now, and they are covered in like nasty spider webs and so many weeds, and I wish I just would have stepped up as a pregnant person, you know? But we are getting tomato cages put in. I have, oh, I don't even know if you can see. Those two. So as you can see, I did myself no favors. I'm kind of wishing I would have planted these guys just a tiny bit closer to the fence so I could use the fence as a trellis. I listened to ChatGPT or AI, whatever one I was using, and it said to put them like a foot away, but I'm really wishing I would have just put them closer to the fence and they could just climb up it, because they need to be doing something other than laying here on the ground where the bugs can eat them. So I think that means I'm in the market to find some kind of a trellis, something. I mean, my tomato cages might work. I'm looking at 3 more out there, so I could maybe figure out how to use a tomato cage. They're just sparse. Like, there's not a whole lot for me to attach these to, but I don't know. I'll figure it out. Feel the straw starting to take effect in my eyes and my nose, but my final task of the night, I am upgrading the security on my little gate here. We've got lots of little neighbor kids around here, and I have been coming out to my garden and finding the gate open, so I'm just going to add some clips and see if that deters a little bit more. I don't want to have to go like lockdown on my garden. It's just a garden, but I don't know. I also don't want anybody stomping down all of these after I put in as much work as I have. So let's lock it up. All right, and that is my garden done for the evening, and I think I'm going to just finish this video off here. If you like this video, I would love it if you would subscribe. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps my channel. I'm hoping that this garden will produce lots of produce this coming summer, and that will help us save more money. I've got grand plans for how we are going to make our finances better this summer, so I'll tell you more about that one in the next video. So see you then. Bye.